What's up, 501? Trying to. Yeah, we can't do this to a group now.
Do what?
Share it to group. Um, you know how we can't share it? So I've got to go in there and do it. Share it personally to my.
Oh yeah.
I wish there was a way. If 501 was a page, would be good. But since it's a group, you can't stream into the group. I mean, there's a way, but I just ain't figured it out yet. Anyway, what's up, 501? It's been a minute. Been a hot minute.
Little over a month.
Huh? Yeah, we got to get a little more consistent. We said we are going to do better after the holidays, and have not done any of that.
Well, it's still after the holidays, so
Yeah, we got to get back. We got to get back on the schedule. Been kind of busy. I haven't threw a bag in what 10 days, and it's going to be 3 or 4 more. So kind of, I had a little reset this week, man. Be kind of nice. Um, had a good trip. I did see, we went to Dallas, of course, this
yeah,
this past weekend, and I didn't see a lot of Cowboys fans. I thought I would see like the Cowboys fans I did see, like they had like the old sweatshirts on, like you could just tell they were just like I don't know. It was like I just expected better. I expected like more Cowboys fans to be visible, but I probably wouldn't wear any Cowboys stuff in public either. So I mean I don't really blame them, but I didn't see a lot of Cowboys fans, but I did see like a lot of like the cans and stuff. Like they sold a bunch of stuff with like the Texas flag, and I thought
yeah.
that was pretty cool. You go into Walmart, but anyway, on the cornhole. We can't talk about football, so we got to talk about something.
Well,
We got a lot of tournaments to cover. Um, my hands hurting from writing so much, but we'll start off at Hard Riders 125, and we got Jordan K and Kelly W, and I'll get more on Jordan here later when we talk about the majors. Um, So Jordan K and Kelly got first. This was on our last show was this day, so we were doing a show on 113, and this is the day, so that's pitiful. Trampus and Randy R got second. Rusty and Baloo got third. Hard Riders. The plan tomorrow night. Please get pre-registered. I think he moved the tables around differently now, so you don't have to move the pool table, so it's going to be a lot easier for him. 114 ACO World Singles. You got Brandon Lacewell, Lisa, and Zach Dawson. Not much to talk about there. ACO World Doubles. Brandon Lisa, Anthony Kurt, Hunter Hill, and then Nick and Jarrett Barks. Nick, I got you something. I need to throw that in my box. So, Nick, get with me Wednesday night. I'm going to give you something. BB number 64, Brad and John, Freddie and Phil, and then Zach and Mershon. This is so far back, I forgot about this. When I was writing this down, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, this is probably the second tournament in a month that in round robins, me and Freddie didn't win a game. Like, I bet he was thinking, holy crap. And we went on a run, won. I think we lost our first bracket game and then rolled off about 7 straight and got our stuff together. So that was fun night. But Brad and John first place, Freddie and Phil second, and then Zach and Mershon got third. So that was a fun tournament. BYOP, we did a under 16 PPR. Those seem to be popular.
yeah,
The tournaments where you put a PPR cap and make people pair up together seem to be. I mean, we get big numbers when we do that.
yeah.
Miranda and Zach Hill got first. J Square, Jordan, and Jamie got second, and then Old Timers. And I think that's Stony and Rusty. I just wrote Old Timers down, but off memory, I think it was
Yeah,
Stony and
I
Rusty.
think you're right. I think
Um,
it's Tony and Rusty.
yeah, I mean they're probably the two oldest people we got. So are they watching? I think I've seen Stony. Stony Roll, but Stony's been he's one of my favorites now. Switch 186, 117. Mershon and Blue got first. JD, and good to see JD, man. I love when he comes around. Mershon Blue got first. JD and Film Guy. Brody got a podium.
Yeah, yeah.
You know who don't? Jimmy Johnson. Swamp Rabbit and Rachel got third. Switch 186. Mershon Blue, JD, and Film Guy, Swamp Rabbit, and Rachel. Hard Rider 126 was canceled. ACO World Singles 121. Brandon, Lisa, and then Stacy Van Gilder got third. They should be maxed out pretty soon, I would think. I think Brandon's getting close to getting maxed out in points. Doubles, co-ed. I think the doubles they still got a little work to do, but women's, you got Lisa, Stacy, and then Jamie Smith. Got third in women's, ACO women's. ACO blind draw. You got Anthony Kirk and Hunter Hill. I don't know how they got teamed up in the blind draw. I seen that, but I mean they kind of ran through it. Mershon and Nick, and then Lee Chambers and Paxton. I love Lee living around here. I love having Lee around. Just positive, good dude, man. I'm glad he's living back around here.
Oh, I didn't realize that he moved closer this way.
Yeah, he took a job in Little Rock last month, I think, and
Oh, okay.
I think he's living in McRae, and you're seeing any more tournaments around, so
Yeah.
so you can't see any comments or nothing, can you?
No, no.
So I'm double duty tonight, huh?
I'll tell you who I haven't seen at any tournaments, which, I'm saying that I haven't. And when you say that, I'm not, I didn't make a podium on any of those tournaments. I didn't play in any of those tournaments. So it's hard to podium if you're not playing.
I know, Jimmy. I'm giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
I can see my comments on here now. So if you're Stank, this is a guy from Osceola, one of my buddies from Osceola. That was my nickname. My dad gave was Stank Pot. So I don't hear that very often. There's still a lot of people that I see. They'll call me Stink Pot, Stink Pot, Stink Pot. That was my nickname. When I was a baby. So what's up, meat? So back to BB65 upper lower switch. And that's what we're going to do this Friday night in Cabot. We're just going to run one tournament, upper lower. I need to talk to Bruce, maybe get some trophy boards made for Friday night. Let's have one big tournament, and then we'll do a split. And I've got another idea for a split switch we're going to do pretty soon, maybe an upper lower or something. But I was thinking when I was driving today. BB number 65, Brandon Lacewell and Penguin. That's Paxton, Mershon, and Phil. And I had to throw the 157s that night. And again, I think me and him started off slow and then got warmed up a little bit. AK and Cali Girl got third. The lower, you got Ric Flair and no. I wrote that down wrong. That was the wrong tournament. The BB Switch 65 was Seth. Seth Lacewell and Penguin. My bad, Seth. I wrote Brandon down so much today. I think I just wrote Seth come back and kicked my butt. He was throwing the Green Viper, so it was Seth and Paxton. I sure did write that wrong. And then Mershon and myself, AK and Cali Girl. BB lower. You got Jeremy Lindley and Stoney, Jamie and Ron J, and Brody and Toby. Yeah, almost. Yeah, that's Toby. So Brody and Toby, Jamie and Ron J got second, and then Jeremy and Stoney got first. BYLP 45-47. You know why I named it 45-47, Jim?
Your age.
Well, I think this tournament was the week after the inauguration. So I mean, this was the DJT.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So that was why the tournament was 45-47. I always name the tournaments the BYLPs after a number that's significant to me that week. It might be, something, I don't know, just a number come across. So that's what that was. But anyway, Taddy and Hunter got first place. Amish Paradise, Stacy and Tyler got second. And then Easy Peasy, Easy and Colton. And Easy's been on fire lately too. Taddy's been on fire lately. Taddy's been up near the top almost every tournament I've seen. So
Yeah.
Been doing good lately, and Easy been throwing lights out too. Colton, if you see, oh, you don't have Facebook. Me, I was just anyway. Switch 187, Airmail Kid and Rupert, Bustle and Dave, and then Toby and Weston, little Make It Rain, little Harper. So Harper's moved back, so I think he took a job around here. So hopefully we'll be seeing him a little more too. Love having Harper around.
Yeah.
Hard Riders 127, Regulator and Randy, Bustle and Benita, and then Toby and Swamp Rabbit. Swamp Rabbit got a couple podiums. Good job, Swamp Rabbit. Toby's got 3 in a row, or 3 out of 4, something like that. Anyway, said Toby's name a couple times. Regulator and Randy, Bustle and Benita, and then Toby and Swamp Rabbit. That's Hard Riders 127. ACO World Singles, Chris K, Hunter Hill, and then Brandon Lacewell. So it was kind of nice to see a different person win singles. I'm not gonna lie. They had some battles that night. I think Hunter and Chris had a really good game. ACL blind draw. You got Anthony Kirk and Nick Sample, Labiak and Jason Lyons, and then Lewis and myself. And Lewis has been balling. I think Lewis has got a couple podiums.
He
So Lewis
does.
been throwing a lot better. He's got a lot of bags off the board, but he's throwing sevens, and if he can catch it, it's like his first bag is off the board every time. If he can learn how to control that first bag and set it up there, I think you'll see Lewis. You see his PPR drive up a little bit. Anyway, comments. We got Jordan and Jamie on. Said, "Hey, your wife just got here and said, hey, but you don't know that because you
I
can't see
don't.
your comments."
No, like I still have no way to log into Facebook on my laptop. I don't know the password. I've tried to go into my phone and reset the password, and I can't even do that. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Beth don't know your password?
No, why would Beth know my password?
Oh, I just wondering. Crystal knows all my passwords.
Yeah, well, it's because you're untrustworthy.
I know that has nothing to do with it. That means I'm transparent. Which I mean, I use the same password on everything pretty much. But
Well, I
anyway,
do too, and that's why I can't understand how I can't log into it on my laptop. I don't get it.
I bet your password. Like I probably could guess your password. It's probably like
You probably could.
Aikman 9 or Witten something. It's probably I love Witten. I love tight ends, or I don't know. It's
Yeah.
probably something to do with
Yeah.
that. But BB number 66. We got Jeff C and Freddie, Rusty and Ron J, and then Anthony Kirk. Called his name out a bunch of times, and Lewis again. So
That's
um,
Ron. That's Ron's. You said Ron's name a couple times.
yeah, Ron. Yeah, 3 times, 3 or 4 times. Let's see, Ron used to be a baller, So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I think he's getting it back a little bit. Yeah, Ron was, him and John were throwing there for a while. Him, Raymond,
Yeah.
they were tough, man. So I think you're starting to see a trend of some of the players that's been playing for a while start to make their little comeback a little
Circle
bit.
back around.
Yeah, so need them to. We need some of the OGs back. It was good seeing Seth come back. Seth and I paired up with him in the BYLP the same week that he won the BB, and he threw. I didn't. I mean, man, he was hitting air mails like he used to. Like it was
Yeah.
exciting to watch. It sucked for me because I was throwing like crap, but man, he was hitting air mails. It was cool. It was good to see Seth like throw like Seth used to throw.
Yeah.
And it was and I think several people seen this on Facebook today. When I shared that tournament when we had 40 teams
Mm-hmm.
in Conway at St. Joe, I mean, I was like, which, I made the comment we wouldn't get 40 teams down. It's not from a lack of players. It's just people won't play if they don't think they have a chance to win. And I don't know where that mindset's come from lately, but I think that's where the split switches and the upper lowers and that's hurt the competitive side of cornhole. Like people like they want a chance to win, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, BYLP 717. Crystal named that. That's her birthday. Anyway, 717. Air Miller Die got first place. Phil and Lee got second. And then Chris Labiak and Chris K got third. And that's another tournament. Me and Lee went 0-4. Lost our first game in bracket and then rolled off like 7 straight. Like, we picked the bat. We threw the lucky hybrids that night. So, anyway, Air Miller Dies, and I see Bud and Brandon back together. Phil and Lee, and then Chris L and Chris K. Chris K's a baller. He can throw too. Chris Labiak's the man behind the tournament on Sundays in Conway, Mally's. We had a full house today, 32. So trying to get that going, get that off the ground a little bit. But, you know, looks like they had a good turnout today. Good tournament.
Yeah.
Switch 188. You got Nick, 157 Alpha, and Dave Burke, Trampus and Baloo, and Jimmy Casey. I love some Jimmy Casey. Jimmy Casey and Red Puppy got third. The 501 benefit for Miss Lisa and Jean on February 1st. And that was, I want to thank everybody for showing up and helping this family and their mountain crew. And I've gotten to know a bunch of them and just great people. The old mountain crew tournaments were just so family friendly, and they'd have a potluck and just
Every
a good
time.
time, good fun time. And I want to thank everyone that probably didn't know them and just show up and support this family. And Brandy and Goo, man, they did the food and they rocked out all day long, and we raised some money for this family, and everybody come over and the VFW probably had the best beer sales that day that we've had in a long time. And the vibe in there that day was just, I had to leave. We had Philip's birthday that day, but I stayed for a few hours, and the vibe in there was just so fun. It was energetic. I mean, for the cause, I mean, like, I know that the circumstances behind it, but everyone there to support the family, it was great. And I know that the 501 family has done this for multiple people, and we always seem to come together and do things for families and help people, and from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everyone that comes out and supports these and and help support the families that we help and the things that we do and the toys for Christmas. And I've always said 501 has done more good for people than bad. I mean, like, we just super proud of it. Super proud of where it's started and where it's at. And I love everybody. But get off of that. I mean, I'm getting a little teary eyed over here. Anyway, thank you for supporting this family. Brandon and Lee Chambers won. Brian Manning. Good to see Brian Manning. When I saw him and Bud get teamed up that day, I was like, man, I hope they really go on a run. I was rooting for him. I wasn't rooting for Bud. I was rooting for Brian. I was kind of secretly wanting Brian. I mean, he finally got somebody that can help him on the other side, so
Right. I agree.
it was kind of cool to see him make a run, man. Brian Mann's an OG in my opinion, and it was cool to see him get up there. Easy and Rogelio. Rogelio's another one. Rogelio's a day one guy. Gold, man. Rogelio's gold. Love him to death. So Brandon Lee, Brian Manning and Bud, Easy and Rogelio.
Yeah, that was Beth and I were out of town that weekend. It was our anniversary, so we were not able to make it. It went great. Other than there was we just got an Airbnb in Hot Springs on Lake Hamilton.
Okay, that's cool. I was wondering where you went. I saw the lake. Man, my computer was about to die. I'm glad I seen that.
The only bad part about that Airbnb was the fact that there was 187 steps down to the Airbnb. So,
dude, yeah. I don't want to hear about steps, because we went to Great Wolf Lodge and they had this little game with a wand. I'm not gonna get too much depth, but it's a game where you gotta you got to go up 4 flights of stairs. Like you go to fourth floor, then you go first floor, then you go second floor, then you go third floor. My calves are burning. I mean, it was. I get you on the steps. Um, ACL World Doubles. Um, I don't even know the date, man. I'm so like this has to be like 2 weeks ago. Lisa and Brandon, Nick and Jarrett Barks, and then Matthew. Call him Matthew sometimes. I call him Hunter. Call him Shady. Whatever you want to call him. The guy with 3 names. The Hill with 3 names. Hunter Hill and Anthony Kirk got third. Co-ed Lisa and Brandon, Jordan and Hunter, and then Nick and Cheetah Girl. So I guess that was last Tuesday when I went here. Maybe. 67, BB 67, you got Anthony and Stoney, Easy and Lewis, another Lewis podium, another Easy podium, another Anthony podium, another Stoney podium, and then Brandon and Brody Platt. Good job, Brody Platt. BYLP 88, you got Lisa and Brandon, Zach and Taddy, and then Anthony and Hunter. Who do you think Taddy likes playing with better? You think he likes playing with Zach better or Hunter better?
I don't know. I mean, that's a,
I bet he likes playing with Tyler better, but Tyler don't play. I mean, if I was Taddy, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd really play with Zach or Hunter.
Yeah,
Taddy's got a tough decision.
I'm not sure I'd pick either one of them. So
Yeah, I think I would forget
yeah,
both of them. But anyway, 501 Super Bowl switch. Mershon, man, I've called Mershon several times tonight
several
too.
times. Yeah,
I think it's probably fourth or fifth time. Mershon been balling too. Mershon and Sam got first. Bustle and Blue. I called Blue a couple times. Bustle a couple times. Um, Mershon and Sam got first. Bustle and Blue got second, and then Miranda and Lewis. Not to get Lewis. I think Lewis trying to get the player December flat because I'm about
right.
2 months behind. I'm giving that away. Still got December back here.
Good Lord.
Hard Rider. So Miranda Lewis third, Bustle Blue second, Mershon second. Hard Riders 129. You got Watson, some new players. Um, love having them around. It's Watson, Mrs. Watson, and Holly. They've been showing up playing. Watson and Brad got first. Regulator and Mrs. Watson got second, and then Labiak and Kelly W got third. So both Watsons on the podium. BB68, I wasn't there. Thanks to Brandon and Anthony, I guess, who handled everything while I was gone. Super nice to be away. Had 40 players Wednesday night. And maybe the turnout was because I wasn't there. Maybe I need to stay home every Wednesday night, and I'll totally be cool with that. Brandon and Trampus got first. Anthony and Brent Dean got second, and then Brad and Lewis got another Lewis podium.
that's
Brad
like
and Lewis got
that
third.
for Lewis.
I mean, Lewis is balling out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I did kind of peep the PPRs when I was like before bedtime Wednesday night or something because we drove Wednesday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching the Daytona 500. I'm a Chase Elliott fan. I thought it was almost over. Anyway, Brandon Trampus, Anthony and Brent, Brad and Lewis got third. So that is all of the podium. So I'm going to talk about the ACL majors. We got Zach Dawson, Kobe, and I just sent over. Honestly, I'm not discriminating. If you posted it, send it over. I got all your information. Um, I know we don't have a tremendous amount. Like it was the Owensboro tournament, Dalton, and Knoxville. So I mean, there's not a lot of people traveling that far.
Yeah.
And before we start, Brian Manning said he needs his partner back. So I guess he didn't like playing with Bud, and I don't blame him. I don't think anyone likes playing with Bud. But so Brian Manning is wanting you back, so you should feel special.
Well, I do. He makes me feel special, unlike partners I've had in the past.
I mean, can you name one off top of your
I'm looking at one right now.
head? We were like, very nice. We like two different, completely different bags.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you dumped me 2 years ago because I'd have to find a partner anyway. I mean, I'm used to getting dumped. DK done dumped me 2 times the last 2 years. I mean,
Well, it looks like you and Lee are playing together quite a bit now. So
yeah, I've been playing with it, but I don't blame him if he wouldn't play with me again. I mean, we went 0-6 on that. I mean, it was bad. Like, I got to get, right. But anyway, we're not getting that. Zach and Kobe, Owensboro they got second in doubles. Uh, Zach didn't send his singles finish, so I'm assuming it wasn't that good. I'm sure his main bracket. Well, he's a pro, so he don't play. I mean, so it had to be a main bracket. So
yeah,
Kobe got 33rd in main bracket, but they did get second doubles.
I
Huge feat
thought.
in Owensboro, and I'm
Well,
sure
that
there was
was
200, 300 plus teams.
well. That's I mean, you know who they played against too. So
But yeah,
yeah. Speaking of Kobe,
Knoxville,
has
huh?
Kobe been to a local tournament here recently, or?
I think he's honestly booed up in Kentucky. Word on the street.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I think he's got him a new girlfriend and he's all booed up.
yeah.
Just what I heard. I mean, I haven't confirmed that. You know,
Well,
I'm
we hadn't
just
seen
I'm
him,
I'm
so.
I'm doing some CNN reporting right now. I mean, it might be fake news, it may not. I don't know, but I don't think it's fake news. Knoxville, they got seventh in doubles, and then both got fifth in singles. Um, so I got for them, uh, Jamie, Jamie Smith, Knoxville got ninth in women's. Her and I missed Owensboro. Sorry, Owensboro 17th women's. Tier 4 with Jordan, they got 17th, and then she got 17th in co-ed with Nate Stevens. Um, Knoxville women's got ninth. Her and Jordan brought home some hardware. Tier 4 champs. Cool shit. Um, Main bracket. Knoxville, hard feat. Making a main bracket in any tournament's
Yeah.
super hard. So she got 33rd in main bracket in Knoxville, and then 25th in co-ed. Dalton, 17th in women's, fifth tier 4 doubles with Jordan, and then fifth tier 4 singles, and then 17th in co-ed. They've both been balling out. I think they're going for the road dog this year.
Yeah.
Super cool. You get a big plaque. I think you have to go to 13 or 14. I think
I
it's
think
13.
I think it's 13. Yeah.
So good job, y'all, man. They've been balling out and traveling and uh, and going these places and showing up and showing out. And Jordan's been on a heater lately too, man. Like she's like balling.
Yeah.
Uh, Owensboro got second place in women's. Um, Fifth in tier 3 singles. She's playing with Philip Barnett. Love Philip Barnett. Um, 25th in co-ed with Philip. Knoxville. They got third in women. So she's got a second, a third, and a fifth her last three majors in women's. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty damn solid.
That's real solid.
Um, Seventh in co-ed with Philip Barnett. Tier 4. I just said that with yeah, tier 4 champs with Jamie. Sorry, my right, man. If y'all see my writing, I mean, it's pitiful. Tier 2 singles, she got third. Um, fifth in women's, Dalton, Georgia. Ninth in co-ed. Fifth in tier 4 doubles with Jamie, and then tier 2 singles. I guess third in tier 2 singles. So good job, y'all. Keep balling out. Comments. Um, Jamie says she loves Dome with Bud. Brian loves some Bud. Like everyone loves Bud, but me, I think.
Hmm.
Um, Jordan Anthony has a new bag. Don't be hating on Kobe Baskins. and they're both in top 12 in women's in ACO, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Um, Before we get
Hey,
to some of the
hating
upcoming
on Kobe
tournaments and some of the,
Baskins.
huh?
Who was hating on Kobe Baskins?
I was. I finally booed up.
Uh, well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
I mean, if he gonna move to Kentucky, I mean, is he gonna play in the Kentucky State Championship? Or is he gonna play in the Arkansas? I mean, is he? I mean, if he lives in Kentucky, is he allowed to be on the Cider Cup team? I mean, there's
Right, right.
things we need to know here.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like, is he got an Arkansas driver's license or a Kentucky driver's license?
Right,
But
right.
anyway, back to the news that I kind of want to share. Arkansas recently, Kevin Patterson started off a Arkansas Cornhole League, and it's taken off really well. I made this decision not to go with it at first because we were running ACO tournaments and I didn't want to interfere with that. But after speaking with Eric Heinerman, ACO, he encouraged me to run with the Arkansas Cornhole. Um, was very, he's like, do it. Like we support you 100% in doing that. Like there's other people in ACO that run leagues and stuff like that. So with that being said, we're gonna jump in and we're gonna start doing some Arkansas cornhole. We're gonna count our BB switches and our Cabot switches as ARC points. Um, Very excited. I think it's gonna help develop, some of the newer players, some of the players that don't typically travel a lot with ACO, and hopefully it may streamline some of that where they'd like to get in there and jump in and play some of the bigger stuff and play some more competitive cornhole
Yeah,
and I had a lot of conversations with people across the state who's done it and that's involved in Arkansas cornhole, and everything I've heard is super positive and super exciting, and I put a lot of thought into it. And talking to Kevin and Bruce and Lance Knox for about an hour of the day, and uh, I want to throw 501 in it. I mean, again, it wasn't a knock at first or anything. It was just an ACO. I didn't want to give up. We're still going to do ACO regionals every week. We're still going to continue to do ACO next year. I mean, we can't invest all the time and effort into the ACO that we have in the past and future. So I mean, we're gonna still continue to do the ACO. I mean, we have pros now, so I mean, we're going to continue to support them and support their missions and goals and but super excited also to get into the Arkansas cornhole side of it. We've never truly had like ACL, going back several years. And I'm just going to throw some history in here a little bit. Going back several years, it's always been kind of an ACL versus ACO state. Like the east side of the state's ACO. I mean, we had some ACO in Northwest Arkansas for a while,
hmm,
but we've never truly been a group as a group as a state. And I really truly hope that this kind of mends everything together and where we can all play together and enjoy each other's company and have a true state champion. And that we've never truly had like the ACO state champion. There's some people that wouldn't play in it because of the ACL, and there's the ACO, vice versa. So
right.
I think with this, um, I think it's going to help uh, maybe put a true state champion in Arkansas. And I think the talent in Arkansas is great. I mean, when you get into the 870, the 501, and then you go up to I mean, Wynn's produced some really good players, and Central Arkansas baggers,
Yeah,
um, Moose Lodge baggers, Greasy Valley, ARV, and then Fayetteville 708. Like you look at all these groups, the players are solid. They're really good, and hopefully it's time for everybody to branch out a little bit, uh, come together as a state and let's grow this thing and stop and be proactive and not hurt it and not I don't know. I mean, it's time to move on and try to do the right thing in the state of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Um, again, my holdback was the ACO. I mean, I didn't know how the ACO would. I wasn't going to give up on the players that I've invested in, and they've invested into 501 and ACO, and I, but I I'm really excited about the Arkansas cornhole and growing it and getting some better players. Like getting players better. And I don't know. I think it's going to be fun. Um, I think a lot of people's probably looked into the schematics of it and the regionals. I mean, we still have time to catch up because I think we're 2 months behind, but 20 of the regular switches get local points. So as far as that, and we're going to have plenty of time to do local points. You get 5 regionals. So I mean, we have March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So I mean, there's plenty of months left to get to the regional points. Uh, 2 majors, which there has not been a major yet. So as far as numbers, we're not behind. I mean, we're easily caught up. So, like I said, your local points, you only get 20 tournaments. So I mean,
Yeah.
someone can make that up in 2 months. So anyway, with that being said, um, we're gonna throw our hat in it, and we're gonna run some switches, and we'll run a few regionals. I have not looked at any regional dates or anything like that. I have not thought that far ahead. Like I said, I kind of took off this week, so um, I don't know. I'm excited about it. I don't see any comments. I really wish Arkansas 501 would come together when competing in sports. Huge when we do, and I do think we it will help everyone come together. And um, again, I talked to Kevin for on the phone with Bruce the other day for a while, and um, really excited about it. I think it's going to be a good thing for us. Um, I don't know. It puts everybody on a level playing field as far as your PPR is concerned. So I mean, it's you sign up where you want to sign up. If you want to sign up as I think it's an elite, advanced, competitive, and intermediate.
Yeah.
Again, I have to read over the rules. So if you ask me the rules right now, I honestly don't know, but I mean, I probably could get through it. But again, super excited. Um, with that being said, I mean, I guess our first regional Wednesday night, we'll go into the point. So memberships are for sale. I mean, if you want to wait till next year, I mean, whatever your choice. I mean, I'm not, of course, I want to push it, I guess, but I mean, I understand too that we're
How
late in
much
the
are
game.
memberships?
Do what?
How much are memberships?
The memberships are $30, and I think each division is going to get a prize. I think the money's going to prize pool. Each division is going to get like a set of boards, and so I mean, each division can win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, and I kind of mentioned when I mentioned to the ACO several years ago about doing tiers. That was kind of the thought process that I wanted them to do, not the tier system that's working now for like I don't know how they're tiers. I mean, I kind of understand the dynamics of it, but I feel like when we first started playing, we would go up there and we go 0-2. Like if you made the main bracket, like you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I mean, main bracket. So I mean, like for the new people starting out, I feel like this is going to help them get better, play against competition, that that they're level with, and
Hmm.
I think it's going to be a great thing throughout.
Yeah.
Super excited about it. But we'll get more on that again once I mean everything's pretty much finalized. I mean I texted today, told them we're in. I'm excited. Um, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think that we can go nowhere but up. So uh, Strawberry Fest. We'll get into some future tournaments. We'll run a March regional at some point. Haven't put anything on paper yet, so 3-1 Slaughter Cup. We're having a draft tomorrow night. We have 7 captains. We have 84 players. It's going to be at Searcy, White County Fairgrounds. If you cannot make the Slaughter Cup, we need to know. Message Brandon tonight or myself, and we have to get you replaced because we're drafting tomorrow. And when you draft, like it's just so unfair if someone drops out, like and you have to find a replacement because you may find a different tier player, and it's just so much better when we always have people drop out. But
Always.
hopefully this year, we've had enough time to get it. So we're drafting tomorrow. We may go live if we get the draft done tomorrow night, and it snows and sleets Tuesday and Wednesday. We may go live and announce the seedings. I think we've all decided going against drafting live. Not really wanting to, hurt some egos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charles V says it best, man. People are not self-aware of how good of a player they are. So probably wouldn't be a good thing to draft live. I think it would, but been advised against it, I guess. So 3-1 Cider Cup will be at Strawberry Fest on May 1st, 2nd, the first weekend of May. We'll be set up at the outside under the rail yard. So we're gonna be there. So I don't think we have any comments.
Yeah, that
Moss said
kind
exciting
of
times. I think it'd be great. And Moss had a lot of influence on me too. I mean, Moss is talked to Moss for a while, and I respect him, and so I mean he was a huge part of us coming over. So, but Strawberry Fest, Cider Cup, we'll get a regional planned in March. We have tomorrow night. We have ACO singles and women's. I think Brandon will be there. That's Tuesday night. Sorry, Tuesday night. It's probably going to rain and sleet. If it sleets at all, we'll just cancel it, move it back a week. So, I'm almost positive it's going to sleet and it's going to be cold, but we'll
I'm
know for
seeing
sure.
6 o'clock Tuesday night.
Is when it's supposed to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, the VFW. If any kind of precipitation, they'll. Anything else?
No.
I think this is probably the longest show. I know I'm forgetting something. Probably the longest show we've done in a while. Appreciate everybody supporting 501 playing. I know we flip the tournaments around. I always try to flip the tournaments around just to try to get something that works. I mean, like from my perspective, I mean, I want to keep it as fair as possible. So I mean, I try to alleviate the sandbagging. So when I try different things in different tournaments, really the only way you can alleviate sandbagging is one, a BYLP, and two, a blind draw. People hate blind draws, and for the life of me, I don't understand why, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you want to. I used to take, and I think people have gotten away from this. It used to make me feel good to take a lower player or a newer player to a podium finish,
Yeah.
and it was fun when you take that person to a podium finish and they've never, gotten on one.
Yeah.
Man, it's just a cool feeling. And so, like some of these upper players, I wish they would take more uh, pride and try to take have one of these blind draws. I mean, like I think everyone now is just always looking out for who can carry me or who's the best player that can help me. And I'm like, I don't want to be carried. Like you never going to see me try to load up on a partner. Like I mean,
Right.
like it just. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I
I
wish some
agree.
of our upper players had more of that dog in them, and most of them do. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just blind draws are fun, and they're rewarding. But I understand too the dynamic. But you know, the worst thing I can hear someone say is like, I don't want to get a crappy partner. Well, you were that crappy partner at one time. Everyone was that crappy partner, and that just makes me so mad when I hear like I don't want to get a crappy partner.
I'm
Well,
actually
you were that
more of a
crappy partner.
I'm actually more of a crappy partner now than I was before.
I mean, everyone's
So,
been a crappy partner.
you know,
Everyone's been a crappy partner. So, uh, I don't know. I've got some things in the works I want to try with with some switches and I've got to get some people on board with it, But I don't know. We got some fun things in the pipeline we're going to try to do. Um, but anyway, anything else? You got anything?
no,
All right, guys. If you have any questions, comments, just holler at me. You know, you'll see me some maybe a little bit Tuesday night, Wednesday if it don't sleep, or in Wednesday night, Friday night. We're just gonna run a switch and BB this week, and an upper lower and cabot Friday night. Probably do a pilot on. So anyway, I guess that's it. Thanks for jumping on, Jimmy. I know it's past
yeah,
your bedtime.
not quite, not yet, almost.
May all your beers stay cold and all your bags go in the hole. We'll see you Tuesday night.
See y'all.